Yeah, that's fine. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. I know I've been really busy with school and work. I haven't had time to go live, but I just finished a big project for school, so I have some time today. Uh-oh. Let me get y'all back up. It's too early for my ring light to be falling over. All right, that should be good. Anyways, welcome back, y'all. It's been a while. It's probably been like 3 weeks, almost a month since I've gone live. Thank you very much. We're going to make some lasagna today. Again, I've been really busy with school and work, so I haven't had time to go live, but I got some time today, so we're going to make some lasagna. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Destiny, aka Chefstiny. I cook on live when I have some extra time, like today. We're going to make lasagna, not in any traditional way. I'm not Italian or anything, but we are going to make lasagna the black way. So if you know, you know. But right now I'm just going to chop up some vegetables that I'm going to cook with the meat. And then the noodles are already cooking. So if you are just joining, let us know where you're joining from. I'm in Las Vegas. Let me know where y'all are at. Let me know what you had for dinner. I'm cooking kind of late. I mean, I'm on the West Coast, so it's what, 6:53? Oh, we have a little troll in here. He don't know how I get down. That's okay. Kentucky? Okay. I've been to Kentucky a handful of times. I've had family stationed at one of the bases out there. And per usual, guys, you know, after this live is filmed, it will be up on my YouTube in a couple of days. Chefstiny, same name as my TikTok, on YouTube. I have a couple of lives already on there if you've missed them in the past, or if you want to see some videos that are already done, you can see those on there as well. Ooh, this little onion is only a little piece and it is burning my eyeballs. Thank you. Well, I'm glad you're a cook, Leroy. Let's see some of your food options. I am not a professional cook, I'll give you that. But I am going to chop the vegetables a little smaller when I'm cooking it with the meat, though. But thank you. I am not a professional chef, so I just cook how I like. I cut how I like. And that's it. What have y'all been up to? I don't even know have I been on live this year. Crazy. Okay, and if you're just getting here, we are making lasagna. Again, not in any traditional Italian sense, but the black way. Which sometimes I prefer. So if we have any professional Italians in here, don't judge me. This isn't going to be like your grandma's lasagna, but it's still going to be good. I do want the vegetables to cook up. That's why I'm cutting them small. I have half a green pepper and half an orange pepper I'm going to add in there as well. Leroy, you're about to get yourself blocked, my boy, with that negative energy here. Just working. Yeah, me too. That's why I've been too busy for live, but I've thought about live a million times, and I'm like, I just don't have time. And I don't even think I've made anything too super fancy while I've been gone, so y'all didn't miss anything. All right, I can hear my water getting ready, so I'm about to drop these noodles in here. You look like Michelle Obama. I get that a lot. I'll happily, join in the Obama family if they want me to, but people tell me that all the time. Only when I wear my hair like this, though. If I wear my hair any other way, people don't say I look like Michelle Obama. But she keep a good silk press, so it makes sense. All right, so we just have regular lasagna noodles, nothing fancy. I'm gonna drop them in the water so they can get cooking, so they can be ready for us. You don't want to cook your lasagna noodles completely because by the time you bake them, it'll be mushy, it'll be too soft. So you want to cook them like al dente or even a little bit less, depending on how long you're gonna bake it. So we're gonna drop these in the water. And let's see, how many will I need? Did I turn the camera enough? No, but I'll be back over there, y'all. Let's see, I'm gonna cook about 2, 3, 4, 5, about 9 sheets. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, would you look at that? I pulled out 9 exactly. I like to cook a little extra because I'd rather have cooked more noodles than not enough, right? I never know how to boil these. Like I just stick them and then as they get softer, they shrink into the pot and that's it. Oh, we're over here with it. Hi guys, thank you for joining. Make sure you follow me, make sure you like. I do go live and cook when I have time. I've been gone for a while, but I'm back. Thank you so much, Alfonso. Really appreciate it. And if you don't have time to stick around for us to make an entire lasagna, that is okay. You can go to my YouTube in a couple days. This video will be up. Or you can go to my YouTube now and you can see videos that I've already made. So, oh, this sticker is very serious on here. Y'all can see I got a million seasonings right here. We're going to just put a little sprinkle of everything. That's how the black lasagna goes, right? What's y'all's go-to seasoning? I feel like I definitely put like garlic powder and onion powder and everything. But besides that, Mrs. Dash. And some people don't like Mrs. Dash, but I personally like it. It has a lot of flavor. It's non-salt too. Oh, I think half should be good. Let's see. Again, not pretty cuts. But it all goes down the same way, so I don't really care about cuts, y'all. I do appreciate a good plating though. Like you ever go to a restaurant and they give you a really fancy, pretty plate where almost you don't want to eat it because it's so pretty? Yeah. I'm here for how it tastes. That's what matters. Because there can be really pretty meals that don't taste very good either, and that's no fun. Okay. I also figured out that I can't just be playing anything in the background when I go live because when I post it on YouTube, it'll flag for copyrights and affect my ability to monetize the video. So last time I had the jams playing. This time I had to play some generic music because I had to chop up my last video so that I could monetize it. So it got all messed up. Oh, thank you for all the likes. We're at 2,000 already. Make sure you guys keep tapping, keep following, so you can see any future lives where we're cooking. We can get some more people in here today. This person kind of sounds like a little baby. It's not though. I had to make sure I'm not trying to get my video flagged for copyright. Thank you, I appreciate it. Happy to be back. Can't guarantee any type of specific, live schedule, but again, I'll be here when I can. I'm almost to the end of my master's program, so it's really down to the wire. I get really busy. And then I just started a new position at my job, so I'll be busy. But I will be here when I can. I think half should be good. I'm going to use about 1 pound of each type of meat. And then let's see, half of orange pepper, half a green pepper. And that's about a little more than half an onion. 3 garlic cloves. Thank you. Okay. I'm try not to chop my fingers with this big knife. Gotta concentrate so I don't cut myself. Thank you guys for joining, and if you just got here and you didn't hear me say it, we are making some lasagna. We're going to cook up all these vegetables here with our ground meat. Let me check on the noodles. Okay. And like I said, you really want to be careful with the noodles. You don't want to overcook them. If you cook them and then bake them, they're going to get soggy. So you want to boil them until they're about al dente or even a little bit less. You don't want any mushy lasagna. Okay, so we'll use half this pepper. Yes, my mother loves when I make lasagna. She's the reason I'm lasagnaed out. But today felt like a good day to get it back. And I'll use the smaller half. But luckily, she, just like the rest of you, can use this video when I upload it to make your own delicious lasagna at home and enjoy it when you like to. Typically, I would use turkey. Today, I have ground beef and ground Italian sausage. I like to mix the 2 types of meats together when I can. When you mix two different types of ground meats to make this or spaghetti or meatballs or anything, they hit different. Some of these songs are louder than others. Hello all, if you just got here, we're making some lasagna. You can drop a comment in the chat, let me know where you're at. We have some people from Kentucky, Ohio, Colorado. I'm in Las Vegas, cooking up some dinner. I've been off for a couple of weeks, off live, because I've been really busy, but I'm trying to get back on here. And today I have time. Check on the noodles. They look all right. I don't usually see a lot of people chop up a whole lot of vegetables to put into a lasagna, but just how I like to do it. It adds more flavor. Usually I just see people put sauce, meat, cheese, noodles, maybe some garlic, maybe some onion, but not typically. Not typically bell peppers, especially. Alright, y'all gotta be careful with these noodles. I don't want them to overcook. Okay. There we go. Alright, so let me get the colander out because gotta be ready when the pasta's ready. Thank you for the likes. Okay, so that's ready. Our vegetables are chopped. I think that should be enough. We're using about 2 pounds of meat, so that should be good. And again, that was half a green pepper and half a orange pepper, half an onion, 3 garlic cloves. Not that this is any refined recipe that I make all the time. I just cook with my heart. Whatever feels right on that day. But this is what we're doing today. Welcome everybody. If you are new here, make sure you give me a follow. We are cooking some good meals. If you haven't been here in the past, you want to see some things we've made, like copycat chipotle. We made some garlic shrimp scampi. We've made chopped cheese sandwiches. All kinds of things that you can find on my YouTube right now. My YouTube name is the same as my TikTok name, Chefstiny. You can type it into the search bar and you will find all my videos. And then typically with the lives, I will put them on my YouTube within a couple of days from now. So today we're making lasagna. If you can't stay the whole time, it will be up on there in a couple of days. Okay, our noodles are almost done. Let's see. I'm not trying to knock over the light. Okay, that's good enough. Yeah, that's good. Okay. Let's see. See, I'll only give this about maybe 2 more minutes. Mm-hmm. All right, let me get a bowl for the meat. Actually, I probably won't need a bowl. I can just drop it into the pan. Let's heat up the pan. Okay. All right, so we're going to use, what I say, a pound of each type of meat. Today we have ground beef. Hi, Dad. And ground beef, and then, let me see, Italian sausage. So we're going to use a cut of two different meats, pork and beef. You can use turkey. Usually I use turkey, but I just don't have that today. So pork and beef it is. Trying to be careful with my noodles. Let's see. I'm going to take those babies out. Because again, they are going to cook when we bake it too. So you don't want to overboil it because then your noodles will be mushy. Right? Okay. All right, we're going to heat up that pan. Try not to let the noodles dry too crinkled up because then they'll be hard to get apart later. Ooh, hot. At least fold them in half, if anything. If you can lay them flat, that's even more ideal, but if your bowl is like mine, you can just fold them in half. The last lasagna I made was the one I made for you. That's how you know I just be lasagnaed out after those experiences. All right. Since I'm using pork and, right, because we have our Italian sausage ground, since we're using pork and then we're using the 80-20 cut of beef, I'm not trying to add too much oil into the pan because it's already going to create its own oil and I don't want it to be greasy, right? So I will be using my favorite thing to use, this crunchy chili oil from Trader Joe's. I'll probably put a scoop of this in the pan and then put the meat and vegetables and all that good stuff. I'll cook the vegetables first though because I want them to get really soft. Alright, let's get a spoon and I will have to move the whole ring light over here once we get started on the stove. Let me get a towel. Let's do about 4.5. Thanks. Okay, let's see. I'm going to bring the light and all that good stuff over closer since we're transitioning here. Is that close enough? That should be good. There we go. All right. Let me get my little Oh, I need to bring this over here too. Okay. All right, so again, we're using the crunchy chili oil from Trader Joe's. Since I'm using pork and an 80-20 cut of beef, it is going to make a lot of its own grease, so I don't want to put too much additional grease. Okay. So if you haven't seen this, it's pretty much a mixture of olive oil and spices. But that's what it looks like. But it's really good. I usually use it in probably everything. So I think I might use a spoonful, maybe two. Let's see what one looks like first. Yep. Good. That was good for testing the temperature too, because I didn't want it to be too hot and burn up the chili oil too fast. So that was good. That's good. Because if the pan is too hot and you put that in there, all the spices are going to burn right up. I'll just do a spoonful today. Let me get my handy dandy little thing to put my spoon on. If I can find it. There's 3 of them. Yet, oh, here we go. Okay, this is just a cute little mat to rest your utensils on when you're cooking. All right, so we can see it bubbling here. Pan's pretty hot. I'm going to add the vegetables now. And again, if you're just getting here, I appreciate you joining. We are making some lasagna. Oh, and if you missed the vegetables, we just have 3 garlic cloves, half an onion, half an orange pepper, half a green pepper. We're going to cook that up, and it'll be a part of our sauce, our meat sauce, I guess. Because once it starts cooking up, I'm actually going to add the meat to it, and then the last thing I'll add is the sauce. Sometimes I make fresh tomato sauce for this, but not today. You are welcome to do that, though. So we're just going to cook this up with some vegetables right now. It smells good. I love that chili oil. If you have a Trader Joe's near you, I suggest you try it. I don't know, it's Trader Joe's. I don't know how many places they're at. I know it was in Colorado and it's here. Do y'all have Trader Joe's where you live? You get a little bit of plain salt. Just a pinch of salt. We'll season the meat and everything later. So just add a little salt to the vegetables. Cook this down just a little. Okay. Let that cook up a little bit, and I'm about to add my meat here soon. Turn up the heat some. Me too. Learning new recipes is fun. I usually really just go on the internet and find something that looks good, and then I will look at a bunch of recipes and then make my own recipe out of it. Right? Like I never follow one particular recipe. But that's the most fun part. Make it your own. That should be good. Okay. I think I'll bring it onto the pan because y'all can't see. I guess that's good. Y'all let me know if you want the phone like directly over the food, and I'll do that. But again, this is just the vegetables right now. We're cooking them down a little bit, but we're going to add the meat. So the only thing in here is pepper, garlic, green peppers, and orange peppers, a little bit of chili oil, chili onion oil, and salt. They're getting nice and soft, so it's about ready for our meat to start going in. Let's see, this is 3 pounds. I only need about a pound of each type of meat. Okay, so let's do this. I'm gonna move our vegetables over, make some space in the pan for the meat, and we'll mix it all together eventually, but just so the meat can hit the fire first. There we go. Move that all aside. This is 3 pounds of beef, so I'm going to try and use what feels like a pound. I'm guessing each of you is about 1.5 pounds. So, I know this is 80-20 too, so I know it's going to cook up. Yeah, I think that's good. Excuse me. Good thing I walked away. Now let's use some paper towel. All right. That, and we're going to mix in this pound of Italian sausage as well. And again, we're going to mix all the meat and the vegetables together, so don't worry about cross-contamination or nothing. Thank you. Alfonso, have you gotten a chance to make any of the things that you've seen in my videos yet, or no? And again, you can use one type of meat if you like. I just like to mix up a couple of different types of meat because it really adds to the flavor. But typically I would make it with just turkey. And I usually make like meatballs with mixes of meat. Okay. And yes, we are going to season it. Don't y'all worry. It's coming. I'm just trying to get it all in the pan. Oh, yeah. Yeah, find a store that, you know, where a store next to you that sells pre-made dough. If not, I mean, if you're fancy enough to make your own dough, that's cool too, but I wasn't. But yeah, find a store that has the pre-made dough. I mean, it's super easy to make the pizza. And the best part is you can make it with any toppings you like. That first thing I added was onion powder. We got some rosemary garlic seasoning here. Just some of everything. As I told y'all, my go-to here. Oh, Miss Dash, salt-free seasoning, but it has a lot of flavor. Ooh, that came out kind of fast. Even though we already added 3 garlic cloves, we can't have enough garlic, so we're going to put some garlic powder as well. Always paprika. Paprika is a subtle taste, but a really good taste. The best kind is smoked paprika, but I don't have any more right now. But smoked paprika will take your food to a different level. So I had to settle just now for the basic paprika, but it'll get the job done. Of course, classic Lowry's. Again, I mentioned we're not making any fancy Italian lasagna. We're making black lasagna, so we're going to use some Lowry's. Okay, this is just some Italian seasoning that I had set aside. Thank you. A couple more flakes here. Why did my music stop? There we go. A couple more flakes. I don't know why the music keeps stopping, but okay. A little bit of fennel seed. Fennel seed. I know there is already some fennel seed in the Italian pork mix, so I'm not going to put too much, but this is a little addition. Where is the lid to this? Oh, I think I left it off because the seeds are too big. Okay. Just a little, not too much. Not everybody. If you're feeling fancy, you can add a little red flakes as well. If you don't like spicy, probably wouldn't add the red flakes. Okay, let's give it a stir. We haven't stirred it in a little minute. And now you can see the vegetables are cooking here. Let me bring it closer. The vegetables are cooking in all that meat juice, soaking up all the flavor. That's why I didn't want to add too much extra oil. You got to be aware of the fat content of whatever meat you're using, because if you add additional cooking oil, it's going to get greasy, right? So I knew I was using pork and an 80-20 cut of beef, so I didn't want to add any additional oil. And if you're just getting here, we are making some lasagna. Lasagna is a reasonably quick meal. Like, it don't take too long. The bulk of it is cooking the meat. And then you just layer it into your pan, drop it in the oven. It really doesn't take too long. I feel like a lot of people feel like lasagna is complicated or something. Do I know how to cut a whole chicken? I've done it. I don't know any fancy secrets to doing it. It takes a lot of patience. But yes, I've done it. I don't like touching raw meat, so I try to avoid cutting chickens or any other animals if I can. It takes a lot of work though, so if you can, just buy the pieces of the chicken. That might save you some time. But you want to get the skin, you want to cut it right so your like breast fillets and thigh fillets are all correctly cut. You want to cut out the backbone. If it's a chicken that hasn't been cleaned, it's going to have gizzards in it. Okay, so it's coming together real nicely here. We got our beef pork mixture here. I didn't realize it was going to make this much meat. I might have used more than a pound. That pack of beef was 3 pounds, and I just estimated out a pound. It's all right. I try to mash up my meat really small so there's not too big of chunks in the lasagna. Oh, thank you guys for the likes. I didn't realize we were at a little over 3,000. Thank you, thank you. But anyways, I try to ground up the meat as small as possible so that there's not any large chunks in any of the bites when they're eating the lasagna. If you guys are here watching right now, I really appreciate it. If you missed the beginning of the video, not to worry. The full video will be up on my YouTube. Username the same as my TikTok name, Chefstiny. You can see the whole thing through. You can make your own lasagna. I also have lots of other cooking videos on there. Check me out. You can follow me on here. You can subscribe to my YouTube. You can just double tap the screen and send some likes. Whatever you want to do. I will say, depending on what cut of beef you're using. Oh, my hand. I will say, depending on what cut of beef you're using, you might even consider draining your meat in case there's too much oil. The 80-20 has less oil. No, the 80-20 has more oil because that just means it's 80% meat, 20% fat. So that 20% fat is what's going to turn to the liquid oil. That's why I knew this meat was going to make its own oil. That's why I didn't want to add too much cooking oil up front because I didn't want it to be greasy. Depending on what you're making, like if you're making burgers, if you're trying to be healthy, maybe you want a lean cut. But if you want a like juicy, kind of greasy burger, you want to buy a lesser cut. So like 80-20, they have 73-27. I think that might be the lowest it goes. But the larger that second number, the more grease the meat's going to produce. So keep that in mind. Like usually when they put beef on sale, they put the lesser cuts, right? Because it's cheaper. It's just going to cook up into oil and you're going to need to buy more of it. So that's why they put that one on sale. But if you buy lean cuts like 90-10, 85-15, that's going to create less oil. Hello. We are making lasagna. So right now we have some ground beef. That's loud. There we go. We have some ground beef and some ground Italian pork in here. We have some green peppers, yellow peppers, onions, and garlic cooked up in there. And shortly we're going to make our sauce. What'd you have for dinner tonight? Oh, you're welcome. All right. Yes, I love some pasta. And I haven't made lasagna in a while, and I'm like, this seems like a good option for my return to TikTok Live. I was out for a couple of weeks because I was really busy with work and school and everything. So I was like, I'm going to make a lasagna this weekend. That is perfect for live. All right, so that's done. I'm debating if I want to drain it because remember what I told you guys. Depending on how you like it, it might be a little greasy for you. I personally might keep the grease. It's not too bad to me, but that's your own discretion here. If you were going to drain it, all you would do, thank you, Jacqueline, for the likes. All you would do is take your meat and pour it in a colander, like what you would use to drain pasta to help drain that. I'm personally going to keep it the way it is. Now we're going to go to our sauce. Thinking about doing the chipotle hack. Oh, that was the best batch I ever made, honestly. So I would recommend it. I love doing the chipotle hack. One thing I will say though, if you watch it on my YouTube, I had to chop up the video because um, the copyright problems with the music playing in the background. So lesson learned on that, but it's a little choppy. Um, but if you watch it and you can't like figure out what's going on, you can just message me and I can help you through. But it's pretty self-explanatory. I would say the most specific thing I did was marinate the chicken and then grill it. But everything else, like making pico, making rice, is pretty straightforward. Salmon patties and cream. Ooh, cream style corn. I was just saying I want some salmon. I think I might make some tomorrow. Yeah, YouTube is not playing any games. So usually when I play Drake, nothing happens. But I couldn't get my iPad Tidal to work, so I couldn't play Drake. So I had to go to YouTube and find some copyright-free music so that it doesn't mess up my monetization on YouTube. But it's all good. Lesson learned. I think I might make some salmon tomorrow, y'all. So I might get back on and do some stuffed salmon, which I believe I have videos for already on my YouTube, but they're shorts. So we're going to watch the long version if I decide to do that tomorrow. All right, let's get our sauce ready. Oh yeah, the Keith quesadilla. Yeah, that seems pretty easy to do at home. You should make a video. All right, let's get some sauce going here. Thank you, thank you. I know my lives are long, so when I upload them to YouTube, they get like a lot of watch time because it obviously takes forever because we're doing stuff on live, like we're talking. It's not just cooking. But, you know, it's nice on there because you can skip through, find the parts you need. You can rewind it. Okay. So I'm cheating today. I'm using some jar sauce. This is a pretty good sauce though. I'm going to use this. Sometimes I make my own tomato sauce, but not today. We're going to use the jar sauce. Yeah. Right. Fresh strawberry. You see me struggling? I got it though. I got it. Yeah, keeping up with the new stuff is how you get your views, right? Like when the TikTok feta pasta with the tomatoes and all that was popular, I made a video about that, and people were so intrigued. But it's good to keep up with what everybody's got going on. All right, so let's put some sauce in here. This is how I like to do it. Again, everybody makes lasagna different. There's no right or wrong way. This is personally how I do it. I like to make the vegetables and the meat, then I add the sauce in to make one big sauce. And then I spread it onto my noodles. So I'm going to slowly add the sauce in. I'm also not a huge fan of ricotta cheese, but I do add some. So we'll add that last. Let me get the oven warming. Yeah, let's do regular bake. This oven has so many options. Bake, roast, convection bake, what's the other one? Convention bake, broil, air fry. I'm like, I just want to cook it. Let's do 400. Okay. Okay, so I usually would use, I don't really like ricotta cheese, so I will usually use a little cottage. but not today. Today I have ricotta. So I have used cottage before. Yeah, I don't know. I can't get with it too much ricotta. Like you know how sometimes you have lasagna and it's like layers of meat and then layers of okay, maybe I should have drained this one. Anyways, it's like layers of meat and layers of ricotta. I don't like when it's like that because that's too much ricotta. But what I do is I mix it into my sauce so it like cooks into it and it's not as bad. But cottage cheese was a nice little hack I learned and adopted. I just didn't get any today. For some reason, the stores today were looking like the apocalypse hit. Like there was no stuff at the store. I barely got what I got. Like this meat was not there until the guy came out with a fresh cart of meat, but the stores was looking like they knew something I didn't know. Where those shelves was empty. Yeah, I was debating if I was going to drain it, and I didn't, but I think it'll be okay either way. I just didn't want to lose too much of the meat in my little colander. But yeah, it depends on the cut of meat you use. Like I said, usually I use turkey, so I'm not really worried about draining it because turkey doesn't produce a lot of fat. But today I'm using ground beef, 80/20 cut, and pork. So there's a little grease, nothing like super concerning. This was 80/20 beef, but it's really not bad. If anything, I can take these couple of pockets off and go. But it's concerning when you get like a layer of fat or like grease on top, then you don't want that. This didn't really do that, but I'm just like, I usually use ground turkey. So, ground turkey, very lean. I don't actually buy ground beef. But for some things like this or sometimes burgers, I do like to mix the cuts. Like today we have beef and pork. Sometimes I'll do turkey, beef, and pork. It's really good. It adds a nice layer of flavor when you mix meats. Yeah, see, I can't even get really done on the spoon. I'm being dramatic. Okay, bye. Bye, Destiny. Oh, sorry, I didn't see that. No, I don't actually have it monetized yet, but it'll tell you little stuff. Like I think I'm like 75% of the way to the hours. And I think one thing I would say is making longer videos because, if it's a minute or less, it's a short and it can't get monetized. And then the longer videos are going to have people tuned in longer, so you'll reach your watch time faster. So I learned that later. I used to make really short videos, but now I'm trying to post longer ones. But it'll tell you if you have like a copyright infringement, it'll say in the future, this video won't be able to be monetized. So that's why I had to fix it because I didn't want it to mess up my monetization. Okay, yeah, I was being dramatic. It's not that deep. There's not even that much oil. Let me put some more sauce. Okay, so this is what I do. And y'all don't have to do that. But I like to mix my good sauce, with a little bit of cheap sauce, right? Just a little bit of cheap sauce. Sometimes you need that. Builds character. Where's the lasagna noodles? They're chilling. I made them earlier. I was letting everybody know if they didn't know you want to al dente cook or even slightly undercook your lasagna noodles because you're going to cook them again in the oven and you don't want them to get mushy, right? You don't want to overcook them. So boil them until they're al dente, a little undercooked, and they will finish cooking when you put them in the oven. Yeah, people's attention spans suck, but what I've noticed is the longer videos, especially if it's something someone's interested, like even myself, if I'm looking at a recipe, I might skip the whole intro or whatever, but I'm gonna watch the recipe through. And I've noticed since I started uploading longer videos, my hours increase a lot faster. So maybe even just a good mix of both though, because before that I was posting videos between, I would say 4 and 8 minutes, and it was kind of slow. But now that I upload my full like TikTok live and stuff, I noticed that my hours increase more. So I don't know what people are doing, but I'll take what I can get from them. All right, so I'm gonna put a little more sauce. I like mine to be a little saucy. And again, this is just something I do, but I do like to mix my good sauce, my little more expensive sauce, with a cheap sauce, because sometimes you need that. And turn that down some. The food is plenty done. We're just keeping it warm. The last thing I'll add in here is the ricotta, but I like to let it cook together with the sauce for a second. Let the flavors marry, as they would say on Food Network or something. Let the flavors marry. Oh yeah, especially with food reviews, I feel like the longer the video, the better, because I don't know about you, but when I'm looking for like a new place to eat or try, I'm gonna watch the full food video. I'm gonna watch you get in your car, drive over there, talk about whatever you're talking about. I'm gonna watch you order. I'm gonna watch you eat, and then I'm gonna listen to you review it when you're done eating. So I feel like with food review videos, definitely people will be interested. Make sure you keep them locked in though. Like you got to keep people's attention during those times too. What I started to learn with my food videos, when it's a recipe, yeah, I will. When it's a recipe, I started putting the finished product at the beginning, because they want to know what they're like watching, what their goal is here. And I noticed that kept people's attention longer too. When you show them what they're gonna get, they like that. Before, I used to just start off, when I first started, I would just start off and it would just be the ingredients and all of that. And people's attention span, they're not trying to wait for the final product, right? So I usually start with a preview of the final product, and then I show them how I got there. All right, so that looks pretty good. I think they're saucy enough, even though I like it pretty saucy. I might add some later if I need to. All right, let's add the ricotta, and then we'll layer it up and get it baked. I don't know who these people are, but this was the only ricotta left in the store, so it was expensive though, so hopefully it's good. I like to give it a little shake because I don't like when you open stuff and there's like a layer of liquid. I don't like that. Okay. Yeah, I don't know this brand. Y'all know this brand? Hopefully it's good. Yeah. See, those are the best ones. When I'm watching videos like that, I like to see where my food comes from. What's going on back there? You can't really see that as a regular customer, you know? Also, Fresh Strawberry said that ricotta can be too salty. I've never experienced that. I just don't like the texture of it. That's why I said I didn't like it. Like the first time I made lasagna, I tried to do it like a way I've had it before, which was, layered meat and sauce, and then a layer of ricotta. That didn't work for me. I don't like that. So now, to avoid the texture problem, I just scoop some and I cook it into the sauce and the meat. So it gets like a little lighter color. I'm making a mess. Let me clean up my mess. You got a little sauce left in there. We ain't gonna waste it. Also, I should probably taste this, make sure it's seasoned good. That's one thing about not having a specific recipe you follow. I do not. I do not have any particular recipes. I just cook until it looks and feels right. So let's see. Oh, it's actually perfect. Wow. It's perfectly seasoned. Yep, creating your own food lane. That's what you gotta do. And people love a good food review. I know I do. That's how I make decisions. Like, depending on the person, if you don't like it, I just know I ain't gonna like it. Like Keith. I don't know if y'all like or watch Keith on here. Lucky for me, he's in Las Vegas, so he tries a lot of stuff that I have access to. But there's a good chance if he don't like it, I'm not gonna like it either. But I'm still gonna try it. Just to make sure. Alright, so you see me adding this ricotta in here. Again, I like to stir it in and see. I don't like to add too much ricotta. So let's see. Okay, we'll use a little bit more. I can tell when it's enough when it turns like this light, I don't know how to explain it. It's a lighter red color than when it's just the sauce. But, oh, oven's ready. But it's really based off of how you like it. If you like ricotta, do your thing. If I did have cheese, I would add this time. I'm mad at this big thing being like not gonna for anything else. And we accepted the happen. I don't know. It was like commodity. This helps me though. If you don't like ricotta because of the texture like me, if you mix it into your lasagna meat sauce situation, it eliminates that texture problem. Like the taste is fine. I just don't like how gritty it is. And if you guys are just getting here, welcome. I'm Chefstiny. Today we're cooking some lasagna. We got our meat sauce here. We used ground beef and ground pork. We're about to get it layered up and put into the oven. We'll have a whole lasagna soon. Oh, I'm also mixing in the ricotta cheese if you missed that. Some people put a layer. I don't like to cook it that way. This is the black version. This is not any traditional Italian grandma lasagna. This is the black grandma lasagna. A little different, but still tastes really good. Alright, I think we could use, because I'm really trying to use this. I'm not trying to keep this ricotta because I'm not going to use it for anything else. Maybe like another spoonful. The other weird thing is people use ricotta cheese in desserts. Like cannolis, I think. That's where you lost me. That's where you lost me. I love cheese, but I don't think I love cheese in my desserts. Like, I don't really like cannolis. I've never had a good cannoli. This is a lot. We about to have lunch for the whole, couple days. I no longer work from home, so I actually have to pack a lunch. Ain't that something? Haven't had to do that in about 3 years. Okay, there we go. Let me see. Can I bring y'all closer? Without disrupting my ring light too much. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, the grease problem, I was definitely being dramatic. It's completely fine. All right. Here's a quick overview before we get it layered up and put into the oven. And again, we mixed in our ground beef, our ground Italian pork. We put some seasoning. We had some onions, some green peppers, yellow peppers, and garlic that cooked right up into there. And then also our ricotta cheese. Okay. And then 2 different types of tomato sauce. I shared that I like to mix my good tomato sauce with a little bit of cheap Hunt's tomato sauce. It works for me. Okay. All right. Thank you all for just joining. Make sure you're double tapping that screen. Send some likes through. Give me a follow so you don't have to miss any future lives. I don't like to waste. We got a little bit in there still. We got a little bit in there. Hi, Shirley. Thank you for joining. I'm making some lasagna the black grandma way rather than the Italian grandma way. So that's what we have going on. We're about to layer it up and get it going in the oven. This is just I like to mix my sauce, meat, and ricotta cheese together as one. I don't like to layer in the cheese. So that's what this is. This is all the meat, ricotta cheese, and tomato sauce. Okay. All right, let's move this out of our way. Welcome, welcome, guys. We're just getting here. We're making some lasagna. We're about to layer it in our pan. I'm gonna try and bring y'all closer. Let me see. Y'all can kind of see. One thing I like to do is put a little bit of sauce on the bottom of the pan so that the noodles don't stick. I guess I have enough meat sauce today to just use that. So we'll put a little on the bottom. Okay. All right. See, we have a couple people joining. So right now we're making a lasagna. This is my meat, tomato, cheese, all that sauce mixed together as one. I'm about to start layering it up and get it in the oven. So I like to put a little bit at the bottom so that the noodles don't stick. Just a little something, something. Okay. There we go. And if you're a person who likes to layer your lasagna and put the ricotta layer and the meat layer and the sauce layer, you are welcome to do that. But this is just how I like to do it. All right. Thank you, Nani, for the follow. Make sure you guys follow me. Check me out on YouTube. I make lots of cooking videos. I get on live when I have time. I've been off of TikTok live for a couple of weeks because I've been busy, but I'm back today and we're making lasagna. All right. Also, if you missed this earlier, we cooked the noodles. I let everybody know that you want to al dente cook. They're all drying up now, but that's okay. Once I put this hot meat sauce on them, they'll be back. You want to al dente cook or slightly undercook your pasta because you're going to bake it again in the oven, right? And you don't want it to get all mushy. I hope I made enough of them. I made enough for 3 layers, so that should be plenty based on the size of this pan. Okay, that should work out. Let me get the cheese. We got Italian cheese. Okay, so let's layer. Thank you guys who are just getting here. Make sure you guys are liking, following. A quick rinse to make them soft again. Yeah, the ones on the bottom are softer. The ones on the top are the ones that got dry, but I can wet them. Let's see. Yeah, that helps it a little bit. Thank you. I usually just try and be delicate with it because I hate when I accidentally rip them and then I gotta build the lasagna like a little puzzle, but it still tastes good. That's what matters, what it tastes like, right? Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining. If you are just getting here, it seems like a couple of you guys are. Leave a comment. Let us know where you're joining from. I'm in Las Vegas. We have some people from all over in here joining us. And if you missed this and you really want to know how to make lasagna, don't you worry about it, because I'm going to go ahead and post this on my YouTube in a couple days like I do with all my lives. I appreciate it. Thank you. So right now we're just layering it in this little mixture I have here. Maryland, that's right. And this little mixture I have here is my tomato sauce, ricotta cheese, ground beef, and ground pork. A couple of vegetables. We have onions, garlic, green pepper, yellow pepper, all cooked up in there. And of course, seasoning. So now we're layering it to get ready to go into the oven. Thank you, thank you. Taste the blessings for the likes. I appreciate you. All right, so let's do another layer. My family loves when I make lasagna, so I swear I only make this sometimes because they be having me lasagnaed out. This is the first one I've made in, months, if not a year. Keep it nice and stirred. Make sure you're getting an even spoonful of everything as you're layering it here. Okay. Apparently my dog has something to say. And then once I put this in the oven, depends on how you like it. I'm probably going to bake it for about 20 minutes. I like to get a little crisp on top. Bella, what's the issue? Cheesy garlic bread. I did think about having bread, but I was like, you know what? I need to relax. Pasta and bread, so many carbs. That's what I was thinking. I was in the store judging myself, but they go so well together. I was gonna get some garlic bread though. I was trying to show some restraint. Okay, we got our second layer popping. We might have some extra sauce. I'm gonna put more. I didn't think it was gonna be this deep, but I think it's because I bought a 3-pound pack of ground beef. I think I use a little more than a pound. Bella, please. Otherwise, I would have bought one of those, aluminum pans to make this in. Today, yes. Bracelet, yes. Thank you, Liam, for sharing the live of meaty lasagna. Yeah, me too. I like to put a lot of meat, a lot of sauce. I don't know why my music froze. Make chili with extra. It already has ricotta in it, though. I might be able to get it in here. It would be like, or maybe I can make spaghetti, because it would be more like spaghetti without noodles than chili. Sloppy Joe sandwich. Yeah, y'all are right. There's a couple different things that you can make with the extra sauce. But I'm going to see how much I can fit in here first. Thank you guys for being here. There's a lot of you guys here. Make sure you give me a follow so you don't miss any future lives of us cooking up something nice and easy for you to make at home. Okay, I made enough noodles for 3 layers, so. Yeah, that should be fine. Meatball sliders. Y'all got all the ideas. Yeah, just because of the seasonings I put on it, I would make something like kind of Italian again. Like meatballs. Just cook up some spaghetti noodles and have a little spaghetti. We'll see. I need another way to use the rest of the ricotta. Even though most of the time I just end up wasting the last bit of it because I don't really like ricotta. But y'all let me know. What do y'all be making with ricotta cheese? I would eat it as chili or sloppy joe or sliders or stuffed potatoes. Oh, stuffed shells, yeah. Spaghetti. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, spaghetti. Stuffed shells is a good idea because I've been wanting to make that, but for some reason I can't find the large shells in the store. And I've been to more than one store. And they keep not having it. So I don't know. There's a large stuffed shell, size shell, shortage or something. But I did want to make that. It's pretty much the same thing. Anything you make with tomato sauce, pasta, and cheese, it's all the same meal, different shaped noodles. Oh, we have another troll here. Welcome, Dr. Tex. I've seen those lasagna rolls in other people's videos. They look good. But it's pretty much like if you take this same thing, drop it in there, and roll it up. I've seen that. It looks pretty. Amazon? For pasta? Oh, well, I guess they sell groceries now, too. I'm sure it'll eventually show up in the store. Now that I've made this, though, I probably won't need any stuffed shells anytime soon. Because it's the same meal. But this is a long YouTube ad. Like, who's talking? All right. So like I said, depending on how you like it cooked, I like to get mine a little brown on the top, so I'm not going to cover it. Some people would cover it with aluminum foil and cook it. I like to get a little crust on my cheese. So I'm going to leave it uncovered and cook it for about 20 minutes. And while we cook that, we're going to clean up our mess. to pass the time because I want you guys to see the final product. Okay, so as you can see, not too much was left over. I think it's not stuck, it's sauce. Anyways, all right, so let me put some cheese and we're gonna drop it in and we're good. Okay, so I'll show you guys quickly. So Dr. Tex, you just making stuff up now? You're about to get blocked. Anyways, here's our situation here. I'm gonna add a layer of cheese and then we're gonna bake it. And if you missed it, the meat sauce includes tomato sauce, ground beef, ground pork. We got some, what's in there? Onions, garlic, green peppers, yellow peppers, seasoning, ricotta cheese, all that good stuff to make this lovely sauce. Okay, and we didn't have too much left over, so that's good. Yes, gonna top it with cheese right now. Let's block our little troll first. There we go. Okay, anyways, we're gonna put this last layer of cheese. Thank you. Stella, we mixed together. So the sauce, we're making lasagna, right? The sauce is ground beef, ground pork. We had our tomato sauces. We mixed in ricotta cheese. We had onions, garlic, green peppers, yellow peppers, all finely chopped up. And we made this meat sauce to layer into our lasagna. Okay. And if you guys missed it, you're just getting here, I appreciate everybody getting here. Make sure you follow me so you can see any future lives where we're cooking. But if you missed this video or any other videos and you want to see them, they will be on my YouTube. So my YouTube name is the same as my TikTok name. You can go to YouTube and type in Chefstiny and you'll find my page and my videos. And this video will be up on there in a couple of days. But if you want to go look now, there's other videos on there. So it's okay if you missed the beginning. Yeah. Thank you, Alfonso. Yeah, trolls, they come in. I notice whenever the views get a little higher, that's when they pop up. But it's okay. The block button works very well. Okay. Typically use about a bag of cheese. If you want more cheese than that, you are welcome to add more cheese than that. All right, so let's get her in the oven. Well, I guess I'll show you guys a final look-see before we go in. So I like to use the glass pan because you can see the pretty layers. See the pretty layers. And I can't really flip it over, but on the bottom we put some of the meat sauce too so that it doesn't get all cooked to the pan. So we start with the layer of meat sauce and then we add pasta on top of it. And then this is what she looks like. So we layered meat sauce, noodles, and cheese until our pan was full. And then we top it with cheese. I'm using an Italian blend here. You're free to use whatever cheese you like. Some people like mozzarella. Some people like Colby, cheddar. Some people want to mix it. So we're going to drop her in the oven. And if you missed it, we have a beef and pork lasagna. I'm going to have to learn that when I get back to live. Oh yeah, it's really easy. All you got to do is click on their name. And then it says like actions or something. And you can mute them. You can block them. whatever floats your boat. But blocked is nice because then they don't have access to your page anymore or your videos at all. Let's set a timer. What did I say, 20 minutes? I might check on it before then, just to see where we're at. Okay, so now let's clean up our mess, right? While our lasagna bakes, because I need you guys to see the final product. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna pour. See, now I'm thinking. I like this brand too because they give you a whole mason jar. Like, mason jars are expensive, so I appreciate this. But I'm gonna use this to store the rest of my other tomato sauce that I had left over. That way I don't have to store it in a bowl. So let's just put it in here. And if you're wondering why I'm using this sauce, earlier I told everybody here I like to mix mostly, I would say like 80% my good sauce and 20% a little cheap sauce. Sometimes you need that cheap sauce, that little Hunt's. It actually has pretty good flavor. I wouldn't use it as the primary sauce though. Okay. There we go. There we go. Look at me recycling. I spilled a little bit. Oh, all right, y'all. Now we wait. Let's clean up. If you just got here, I appreciate you. If you've been here since the beginning, you're a real one. Been on here for probably a little over an hour, making some lasagna, but it's gonna be worth it. I wish I could have y'all taste it. But trust me, it's good. Because I don't even like to go on live with a recipe that I'm not 100% about. Right? I don't have any children. I'm barely not a child myself. No children. I just made a lot of food because we usually need food for for lunch, for work and everything, and dinner. So we make a little bit extra. Okay, I think I can move you guys back over there. Yeah, I'm going to move this back to the original spot since we're pretty much done with the stove. Once it comes out, I'll bring it over to you guys. So we're going to use this time to clean up. Yeah, and the nice thing is that we both cook very well, so we get to take turns. Why is this so crooked? Here we go. We get to take turns cooking. That's nice. All the time. Yeah. I get like that sometimes, even though I can cook. I'm just like, I don't want to. You cook. But it's nice to have that option, right? This is empty. This is empty. Let's put away our seasonings. Okay, if now it's crooked the other way. Oh, there you go. It tells me how long it's been. It's been about an hour and a half. So if you've been here since the beginning, I really appreciate you. But if you just got here, I appreciate you too. Make sure you follow so you can see it from the beginning next time. And if you missed it and you're dying to know how to make a lasagna for yourself that looks and tastes as delicious as this one, don't worry about it because this video is going up on my YouTube in a couple of days and you'll get to make it yourself. Make sure you guys give me a follow. Check me out on YouTube. Subscribe to me there. Right, yeah. As much as I like cooking, I get tired of cooking too. So it's nice to have a balance of people who can cook, right? Okay, wait our meat. I only left this out because I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure if I was going to need more, but I definitely didn't need any more meat. So, once your man cooks it, okay, now I need a little Ziploc. Oh, apparently I don't have any more Ziplocs. That's not helpful. Uh-oh. Oh, found one. All right, well, apparently I need to get some Ziploc bags tomorrow. Thank you, Gregory, for the follow. Yeah, plating is half the battle. Plating is probably the most fun part. Make it look like a little art piece. Sometimes too pretty to eat. All right, we're just going to put this in here for now. If you're asking me, I would say no. I would say probably about 50-50, maybe less of the cooking if it's a busy week with school or work, but usually about 50-50. Like we both have certain things that we specifically cook. So if it's a day to have that thing that you cook, then you gotta cook it. Take pics and videos. Yeah. When I was making just YouTube videos before I had TikTok Live, it took a lot of time between filming, editing, taking pictures, all of that stuff for the YouTube video. It took a lot more time. So that's why I like TikTok Live, because I can make it and then I'll just upload the whole video. It's not as pretty as when I was making and editing the YouTube videos, but it gets the job done. I don't have as much time as I used to make those videos because editing takes a long time, pictures and all of this good stuff. Shirley, I wish I did. I just got back on live after a couple of weeks now, after going live probably every week because I was just so busy with school and work. So I wish I could have a schedule that I came on here and cooked, but I just come on when I have time. And then in terms of what we eat for dinner, it's kind of just what sounds good that day. But it probably would be a good idea to start planning it out ahead with a weekly menu. Is that how you do it? Right. Oh, okay, that's smart. Yeah, planning out a weekly menu takes out the stress because sometimes it's like stressful trying to figure out what we're going to eat for dinner. It takes time, but if you already have it planned, like you, it won't take as much time. And yeah, I completely get the part about oh, this sponge is burnt. I completely get the part about her getting tired and ready to eat. Because you're still trying to get that perfect pick, but the food is getting cold. Yeah, it happens. Then it's not even hot no more if you're trying to get a little steam in your video. In there. But yeah, I enjoyed the YouTube videos. Like, once I got to the final product, I was proud of it and it was great. But it took a lot of time just to create those little, 4 to 8 minute videos. Yeah. Yep, because it got to be perfect, right? You don't want to release any half-assed work. But yeah, especially with your food reviews, I would definitely encourage you to get on YouTube when you can, because the sooner the better. Because the requirements actually keep just getting more strict. Like a little before I got on, that's when they first changed it to you need 4,000 watch hours. I think it used to be like 1,000 watch hours. So 4,000 takes a long time. Especially because at first I didn't realize the video couldn't be as short. It has to be over a minute long to get watch hours. So it takes a while to build that up. And then you need also 1,000 or more subscribers. Right. Yep. That's it. And how hard you worked on it is usually reflected in the food itself, right? And how good it tastes. Okay, we cleaned that up. Let's see how much time we got. It says 8 minutes, but I'm going to check in on it just to make sure. Oh yeah, she's okay. She's looking good. She's looking good. Yes, that's my mom. That's my mother. Hi, Daphne. Thank you for joining. Make sure you give me a follow. We're cooking some lasagna. It's in the oven now, but it should be out shortly. Make sure you give me a follow. Send some likes. Double tap the screen. We're at 3.8K. Let's get it to 4,000 while we're waiting, huh? All right. Okay. Clean up our mess, y'all. We know cleaning is half the battle. Half the battle with cooking. Is my phone charged? That's cool. That's what I have earlier at Olive Garden. Oh, okay. So it's a lasagna kind of day then. I see. Well, lucky for you, you found this live, and you'll be able to make your own delicious lasagna at home next time. And you missed the preparation part, but don't you worry about it, because the video is going to be up on my YouTube, and you can watch the whole thing in full and make your own lasagna at home. I haven't had Olive Garden in a really long time. There was one thing I used to get there, and I'm the type of person where if I like something, I'm just going to keep getting that specific thing. I'm not going to branch out. So I think it was like a pesto. Thank you, Alfonso, for the gift. I appreciate it. I think it was like a pesto chicken pasta or something. I don't know. But their breadsticks and salad always hit. Yeah, lasagna is good. My family loves when I make lasagna, so I be lasagnaed out. But I felt like eating it today. yeah, make sure you check out my YouTube. This whole video will be up, and then you can watch it and try and make one at home. And I bet you it'll be better than your Olive Garden one. You got to give it a try. Thank you for all the gifts. I appreciate it. We are almost done. Let me turn it up a little because I like to get a little brown on top. Some people like to leave, just the cheese and it's white, but I like to get it a little brown. There we go. Alfonso showing all the love. Thank you, Is it Daphne? Thank you, Daphne, for the follow. Alfonso sent 63 roses and 2 other gifts. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for doing that and watching. I know you've been here since the beginning, but we're almost done. Okay. So it didn't turn out to be too much meat sauce left, y'all. Oops. So I might make like a little spaghetti or something. And I always make too much noodles on purpose because I'd rather have too many of these done than not enough, right? So I'll just save these. Maybe I'll just make a random little pasta, cut these up, and mix it with that. Just make my own spaghetti situation. Because pasta's it's all the same thing, different shape. Oh. So if I cut that up, in fact, I've done that before. I ran out of other noodles and I feel like going to get new ones, so I cooked lasagna and I use a pizza cutter to cut them into like linguine noodles. Yeah, it's all the same thing. I've done that. All I had was lasagna, so I cut them up with a pizza cutter, and then I had linguine, right? Let's see. Here, I'll come over here. Ooh, that's hot. I don't know why I'm always afraid to put hot pans and pots onto the counter. It's rock, but I don't know. I always get scared it's gonna burn it or something. Yeah, it's interesting how different shapes of pasta cost different amounts of money because it's all the same thing, right? Like they just put on a different little attachment on their machine, but it's the same ingredients. I'm gonna let that cool down some before I seal it up. Thank you, Polly, for the follow. Oh yeah, she's about ready. Get her out of there. First, I'm gonna remove this. Different techniques, exactly. Yeah, if you're making it fresh, yeah, different techniques. But like in the factory. Thank you, Frank, for the follow. In the factory, they just pop on a different shaped cutter. Ooh yeah, see, that's how I like it. I turned up the heat so I can get a little crisp on my cheese. Some people like to leave the cheese just barely melted, but I like to put a little crisp on it. So let's see. Turn that off. Let me see if this will be close enough for y'all. And it's kind of hard to bend it all the way over. You can kind of see. Yeah, my arms aren't strong enough for that. Let me just bring the light back over here. Let me get y'all a different little angle. Thank you for sharing the live. Arms aren't strong enough to lean it over the way I was trying to. Hi, Kaylee. Thank you for the follow. Okay, let's turn the light back on. Ooh, there we go. Yes, Frank, just right. You can ignore my mess. I didn't get to that part yet. It's perfect. All right, so we'll just look at it for a while. I know we've had some people popping in and out, so we will just look at it. Let's look at it. And then I will cut out a piece so you guys can see the layers. Thank you, Vincent, for the follow. So you guys can see the layers. But for now, we'll just appreciate the outside of it. Turned out perfectly. Thank you. Yes, it did. Thank you, Vincent. Thank you, Alfonso. And yes, Parmesan on the top. I usually put it on the individual plate. So we'll plate a piece and we'll get the final cutesy looking plating, right? But we'll just look at it for right now because we've had people joining, unjoining. I know it's a long video. I understand if you can't stay the whole time. I'm gonna die soon. So let me get this little charger. 1 second, y'all. Okay, almond 33, we made some lasagna. I'm gonna show you guys again, but I need to plug the phone in. Looks delicious. Yes, you've had plenty of them. You know it's good. But remember, you too can watch the video and create your own at home. Bobby, thank you for the follow. However, yeah, I'll go later. Right, they're like, tell me when, and I just never say anything. There we go. So let's just appreciate this here lasagna, right? She looks good. You can see some layers on the side here. See those layers? We got noodles, cheese, meat sauce. Noodles, cheese, meat sauce. See those perfect layers? Artwork. Right, they'd be like, I only got a little piece left. Like, okay, that's all right, I can wait. Be straight with me. I used a mixture of meat. Sometimes I'll use turkey, but today I used beef and pork, ground. So ground beef, Italian pork, mixed them together half and half. That's the meat we used. Okay, she looks real good. You can see those pretty layers. Ooh, almost dropped a hot pan on myself. That wouldn't have been good. You can see the layers. And if you missed it earlier, I'm not a person who layers in ricotta. Yeah, I need to relax. I'm not a person who layers in ricotta. So I mixed in my meat sauce and ricotta all as one unit because I don't like the texture of ricotta. Okay, so boom, we got it. All right, now I'm about to cut and plate a little piece so you guys can see. Okay, let me get some cheese and where is my parsley? Because you know we're gonna put some parsley on top. That's a given. If I can find it. Okay, this is good. This is good. All right, let's play the piece, y'all. Thank you for the follow. I'm sorry, I would say your whole name, but it just says user and then lots of numbers. But thank you for the follow. We're gonna use a real plate for this one, y'all. Well, only because we're trying to be cute for the internet. But usually, it's a paper plate. I'm not gonna lie. Taste test time. Yep, let's get this plate going. And if you're real fancy, you got some fresh Parmesan. I just have the regular shelf kind today, y'all. Bear with me. Where is my metal spatula? Where are you? I might have to use the plastic one. It'll get the job done. It's not ideal. Oh, Hazel, well, thank you so much for the follow. Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes it'll say user something something, and sometimes it'll say an actual username, so I'm not sure. But I appreciate you following. All right. Now, I do need to go grocery shopping tomorrow, so I don't have all my fancies that I would normally, but that's okay. Let's see, which part do I want to cut? Ooh, yeah, that one's good. Oh, yeah, this is something I do with my mac and cheese and pretty much anything like this. But I like to go around the edges while it's hot and remove it from whatever you cooked it in. That way you can get a nice clean removal. It really helps with macaroni and cheese. There we go. That way you get a nice clean removal. Well, there you go. You got some help in the chat there. Okay, let's cut a little chunk out. I don't know if we'll have a cheese pull, y'all. I didn't get crazy like I would to get a cheese pull. Let's see. Did I cut it good? That's why I needed my metal spatula. I didn't see it. That metal one be like shink, 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 like a knife. Plastic one be playing games. Okay, see, yeah. I'm making a mess. Hold on. Let me find the right spatula. Hi, Hazel. Hi from North Carolina. I know. Tanya, thank you for the follow. That cheese pull is always the one. And see, I only think about that kind of stuff for like YouTube videos. I don't know why. Did I break that spatula or something? Why can't I find it? All right, y'all. We're just going to have to improvise here. Anyways, yeah, I usually only think about cheese bowl situations for YouTube. But let me just use my hand and a spoon because I'm making a whole mess trying to use a plastic spatula. for this particular situation. Not the one. Ooh. Okay, she wasn't the prettiest removal, y'all, but that's what happens on live. See, when I'm making a YouTube video, I can just cut this up 500 times until I get the right the right cut. So thank you, Bambi, for the follow. But this is what happens on live. You get the real situation. In this situation, my little piece fell apart here. Okay? But that's all right. Because what matters is what it tastes like. So I'll just show y'all here. Exactly. Edits. Y'all would never know that happened in my edits. Okay, so let's look here. After I made my little mess of a piece right here, y'all can see we got some cheese pull available. I just didn't get that piece. We can see our layers here. We can see our layers. You can see up close and personal with the cheese and the nice crusty top. It's nice and juicy. That's why I like to put a little extra sauce. And that's partially why I left the oil too. You want to make sure your lasagna is juicy, right? That way when you warm it up later, or just when you're eating it, it's not like dry. Alright, so peep, we got our layers in here. You can see. We did meat sauce at the bottom, noodles, meat sauce, cheese. We did that all the way until the pan was full. Okay. And again, the meat we used was beef and pork. Cheese pull is available. I did not get it, but it was available. Thank you, Janice, for the follow. Yes, garlic bread always goes very well with this. Let me clean up my little mess here. All right, so we ain't too fancy today, y'all. Like I said, we just gonna do a quick little Parmesan on top. If you're more fancy than me, you probably have fresh Parmesan. I got the little shelf kind right now, but it's still good. The plate art ain't plate arting today. Because I made a mess of that piece I took out. But nonetheless, delicious. I'm all out of my fresh parsley, my herbs. That's why I'm about to be at the store tomorrow. Francis, is that how you say it? France? S? Thank you for the follow. Okay, so she's not my most beautiful play ever, but she's on there. She is on there. She fell apart a little bit when we were taking her out, but that's okay. Let's give her a taste. I thought I had a fork. This spoon will have to do. Very much giving, yes. Very much giving. Giving sloppy but delicious. So let's see. Let's shoot a little piece off the side. Ooh, that's hot. That's good, y'all. That's a good batch. I wish I could let y'all try it. I really do. But the closest we can get to that is y'all watching my video when I post it, and then you can make it for yourself at home. It's pretty easy to make. Ooh, I done turned the whole thing away. It's pretty easy to make though. That's what I like to do. I like to make relatively simple recipes for people who aren't, fancy cooks. I'm not even a fancy cook. I'm not a professional. I'm just a person who cooks at home and for you all. But the recipe will be up on my YouTube within, let's see, what's today? Saturday? Within a couple of days. I usually post my live within 3-ish days of filming it, so it'll be on my YouTube. And y'all can watch it and create it yourself. But it's really easy. I know y'all can do it. Make you a nice lasagna. Surprise your family with a fancy lasagna dinner next weekend. And yeah. We're just going to look at it for a little while. And then we'll be done. I appreciate y'all watching. There's a bunch of y'all in here. I would appreciate if you give me a good follow. Tap the screen a couple times before you leave. Let's get to 4,000 likes before I end this one. But again, Chefstiny on TikTok, Chefstiny on YouTube. Thank you, Jay Dubster, for the follow. You can just go to YouTube, type Chefstiny into your search bar. Thank you for the 4,000 likes. And you'll find me. Clarice, it was a little process here. The video will be up on my YouTube in a couple of days. But the quick overview is that I boiled up some lasagna noodles. Yes, thank you for the 4K. Thank you. I boiled up some lasagna noodles. I made a meat sauce. I used a couple of different tomato sauces. I finally cut up some vegetables, onions, green peppers, yellow peppers, garlic. Then I added that in. I cooked the meat. The meat was half beef, half pork. Cooked it all into one sauce. I added ricotta cheese to that same sauce because I don't like to layer ricotta cheese. I don't like the texture. Cooked it all into one sauce, layered it in a pan with some noodles and cheese, and we made a lasagna. That's the quick version, but if you need to see the full version, this entire live will be up on my YouTube. So find me on YouTube, Chefstiny, Chefstiny. It's the same as my TikTok name. So I appreciate you guys watching. Thank you for all the gifts, all the comments, all the follows. Make sure you guys follow me so you can catch me in the future. I try to get on live and cook when I have time. Thank you, Taste the Blessings. I appreciate you being here. I will see you next time. Alfonso, thank you so much. Good night, you guys. Thank you for being here. Willie, thank you for the follow. Chefstiny. So just like my TikTok name, and then my actual name is Destiny. So it's just a play on my regular name. But yeah, make sure you guys follow me. I go live when I can. LaShawn, thank you for the follow. Sometimes I get a little busy with work and school, but I hop on live and cook with you guys when I can. So I appreciate the follows. We'll continue to make some good meals. If you missed this live or you missed any other lives, remember I upload them to my YouTube. Same name, Chefstiny. I have an entire playlist with all of my lives. Thank you, Taste the Blessings. What's your actual name? I have an entire playlist with my TikTok lives. So if you missed any, you're welcome to go watch them. Subscribe to my channel. Follow me on here. You can catch me on live when you can. That works too, but stay in touch. We'll do one last look over, and then I'm out to enjoy my dinner, y'all. But I appreciate everybody watching. E-Money, got you. Well, good night. I know it's late on the East Coast. It's about to be midnight over there. All right, guys. Eric, gotcha. Okay. Well, good night, everybody. Thank you so much. We will see you next time.